Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
Good evening. I'm Michael Hugel, and you're watching the MediaPlex Winter Launch. It's a new year, but most importantly, a new semester for us here at St. Clair College's downtown campus. Tonight, we have some special guests, friends from the program, and Windsor newsmakers to help kick off the MediaPlex News Now season. First, let's introduce you to our reporters. To my left, a second-year student, Alana Wills. Next, a world traveler and also a second-year student, Ashley Ann Mentley. And on her left is third-year media convergence student, Jillian Toman. This is our first live show of the year, so just a reminder that MediaPlex News Now can be seen every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on TV Cogeco, Cable 11. I see Alana has our first guest. Alana?
Thank you, Mike. Lorna McCormick is the chair of the School of Media and Design. Welcome, Lorna.
Nice to meet you.
So, new semester, new start. What are some of the things we can look forward to this semester?
Well, it's always very busy and a bit hectic when the new semester starts, but we have some really exciting projects that we're looking forward to. One involving students right from the MediaPlex is a short documentary we're going to be working on with the Ministry of Transportation, and it's about the Herb Gray Parkway. So that's going to be something different for us and something very exciting. Another project we do every year, and actually it's a huge wine gala that brings into play a number of our programs. We've got hospitality, culinary, tourism, graphic design, and it's sort of the event of the season for us. So planning gets underway on that one within the next week or two, and so look forward to finding out what this year's theme is going to be.
Well, that all sounds very exciting. Tell us about some of the programs, not only here at the MediaPlex, but at the St. Clair Center for the Arts as well.
Well, we have several what I call clusters of programs. We have one cluster is our paralegal, community justice service, and border services programs. Then we have the more arts and design program. We have advertising, and we have graphic design. And then we have our hospitality, tourism, and culinary cluster. And then over here at the MediaPlex, of course, we've got our journalism, media convergence, and our public relations programs.
All very wonderful programs. Lots of people right now deciding what program they should choose next year. Why should people come to St. Clair College?
It's all about learning the skills to succeed. And I think that really makes the difference with St. Clair programs, is all of the hands-on training so that our students graduate job ready.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Lorna. It's been a pleasure. I see Ashley Ann is over there with a very special guest. Ashley?
Thank you, Alana. I sure am. I'm here with Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkins. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, Ashley.
So, Mayor Dilkins, as we start 2016, your second year in office, what are your priority issues for Windsor?
Well, when I look at the state of our city right now, unemployment, of course, is still a big issue. We have a high unemployment rate that we're trying to tackle, to bring down to at least the provincial average or lower. And so our focus really will be continuing to tackle that employment rate, looking for new investment, new opportunity. Excited to get a new CEO on board at the Windsor-Essex Economic Development Corporation. Excited to hire two and a half full-time folks in our office, the half being a part-time assistant. And of course, a sports tourism person, getting them on board because that's all related to economic development. And for 2016, I think we have some exciting things coming up with the FINA Games happening in December of this year. Real world-class event going to be happening in our city, going to bring participants from 170 countries from around the globe to the city of Windsor, a broadcast-ready event that will be broadcast to more than 1 billion people on the planet, hosted right here in the city of Windsor. So there's a whole number of things that are happening, including the completion of the East End Pool at the WFCU, and I'm excited to get that arts endowment going in the city of Windsor too, and getting more art, public art, out on the streets and around the city.
Sounds like you've got quite the year ahead of you. So what do you see as the city's greatest challenges?
Well, certainly, again, employment is an issue. So to the extent that we can continue to diversify our economy, it's a path that was started a number of years ago. And all of the initiatives that we work on, they take two things. They take time and they take money. And so, of course, both are in limited supply. So we continue to work on the initiatives where we think we can have the greatest impact. And, of course, continue to support our largest employer, Fiat Chrysler, which, there's significant employment in the plant with about 5,000 direct jobs, but the 9-to-1 spinoff are really important as well. So as much as we're looking to attract new business, we're also looking to retain and expand the businesses that we have here in our community.
Absolutely. And speaking of Fiat Chrysler, they've just unveiled the Pacifica, which is the revamp of the minivan. How important is that to the future auto sector in our region? I can't even describe the importance because it is absolutely critical to the future of this region. And of course, manufacturing in our city has been the bread and butter for a long, long time. And as much as we try and diversify and maybe even move ourselves up in the food chain with respect to the automotive industry, we can't lose sight of the fact that that plant employs 5,000 people directly, and there's about a 9-to-1 spinoff. So for every job in the plant, there are 9 other people in the community in Windsor, Essex that rely on that one job for their employment. So if you just do the math and you look at our population, you realize it's a very significant employer. It's the most significant employer in our community, and the fact of the matter is this Pacifica that they announced yesterday at the auto show, I think it's going to be a game changer. It's going to keep them here for a long, long time. We're certainly happy to see the $2 billion investment that they made in the plant here in the city of Windsor, but we're looking longer term. Where are they going to be 5 or 10 years from now? And with this product that they've launched yesterday, I think the future of that vehicle and that plant in the city is looking pretty good. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And I actually see that Jillian has our next guest. Jillian?
Thank you, Ashley Ann. Joining us today is Constable Fleming with the Windsor Police. Did you know that since 2002, Windsor Police has sent over 1,000 kids to Camp Bramble? Constable Fleming, can you tell us about the camp?
Yeah, so since 2002, we've been able to send over 1,000 kids to camp. So boys and girls between the ages of 10 and 12. And we select these kids from our VIP program, so the Values, Influence, and Peers program in our grade 6 schools. So students from Windsor and Essex County, so we deal with different organizations to select these students. And we send them to camp for a week camp. And we hold it out in Kingsville at the Cedar Winds at the Scouts Canada camp. So we bring a whole bunch of different activities in for the kids to do, and we try to make memories for them and have a better relationship and have them interact with the police officers.
That's excellent. And what is your role?
So my role, I just actually came into this role at the beginning of the year. So my role is to raise the funds. So Camp Bramble wouldn't happen if we didn't have any donors from like corporate sponsors or donations from our community. So my role is to, get the money in to be able to provide this camp. Again, organizing it, bringing all the different partnerships, be able to give activities for the kids to do.
Now, what would a child, or someone how would they get involved in the camp?
So they can contact the Community Services Branch for Windsor Police and contact myself. We can just, it's 519-255-6173, and my extension's 4. And then we can just get a hold of me and I can give all the information out.
And is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I just being able to, I've attended the camp as a police officer for the last 2 years, and just the response from the kids and the when they go home with all their memories and all their friends, that it's nice to see that the impact that Windsor Police has and able to have on these children and listen to their stories afterwards. So it's awesome.
That's great. And what is the best thing about your job?
Just serving the community, working with different communities, working with the kids. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to keep everybody safe and to work with the community and just provide everything that we can do to keep everybody safe. So.
And joining us today was Constable Fleming from the Windsor Police. Thank you. Back to you, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just tweeting about how much fun this is to be a part of the MediaPlex Winter Launch. Did you know that the students here at the MediaPlex produce over 30 shows a year? And with that, over 100 Live at One segments from stories all over Windsor and Essex County. If you have a story or news scoop, feel free to email us, editing.mediaplex@gmail.com, or be like myself and tweet at us at @the_Mediaplex. Speaking of social media, I see Alana with another big Twitter enthusiast, Yvonne Pilon. Alana?
Thanks, Mike. I'd like to welcome Yvonne Pilon. Yvonne is the president of We Tech Alliance and one of our amazing professors here at the MediaPlex. So first of all, Yvonne, tell me about We Tech Alliance and the work that you guys do.
Sure. WeTech is one of 18 regional innovation centers in the province of Ontario, and really our mandate is to accelerate technology and innovation-based companies. So we work with app developers, we work with medical device companies and companies in the automotive sector, and we're really here to help grow those companies and create jobs in our region. And another big pillar of WeTech is also to encourage that next generation of talent to really get engaged with science, technology, engineering, and math. Again, we want to create that flux of engineers locally and those app developers and those software developers. And really, we're all about tech.
I know you guys are doing amazing things. So last semester you taught social media, and this year you're teaching entrepreneurship. Can you describe some of the things you have planned this semester?
Well, I really enjoyed my first semester teaching. So I guess if I had to say some sneak peeks or some tips of what's coming up is really leveraging St. Clair College has a new entrepreneurship center on campus called the Genesis Center. So really want to introduce the students to the resources locally like the Genesis Center, as well as integrate local entrepreneurs in telling their stories. And again, the goal of the course is to have these students embark on their entrepreneurial journey, so create jobs, but also hear why entrepreneurship is a great, viable career path, and why young people should look at entrepreneurship as an option, especially in the PR department.
So social media is all the buzz right now. You're very into social media. You're very successful with it. Why is it important?
So social media is a great way to get your message across. So if you're a young person or even a senior person, branding's very important nowadays. So your online brand's important. So social media plays that role. In my capacity or my role, I use social media to really tell the great stories happening here locally. There's a lot of things going on, and I just love sharing that information. And also, social media is a two-way street. You don't just tell information, you also engage in that information. So I learn a lot, and I'm happy to say we have a mayor using Twitter, so I'm really excited about that. And if you're on social media, the best way to follow local news is to follow the hashtag YQG, which is our airport code, which actually ironically stands for Your Quick Gateway, which really what Windsor is in terms of the province and then to the U.S.
What inspired you to really get that hashtag out there?
I think because there's so many great conversations happening online, and it's hard to curate information without that hashtag. And I'm proud to say we have a great following with YQG, and actually you're starting to see the brand flourish onto ball caps and shopping bags. So the community, the entrepreneurs, the businesses are embracing that, and again, it's allowing people to follow a local conversation.
And where do you see Windsor going in the next 5 years?
That's a great question. I would love to see Windsor. I mean, Windsor has all the amenities that you need to be a great city. If you didn't say Windsor and you said we have this many wineries and, you know, we really can live, work, and play in this region. So I would say in 5 years, I'd love us to just continue utilizing our resources, expand, you know, build on the downtown core. And really, I'd love to see jobs being plentiful. And for me, I would love to see more young people stay here and be attracted to Windsor as being kind of a great city for millennials to live, work, and play.
Well, thank you so much, Yvonne. It's been an honor. Let's go back to Ashley Ann, who has another special guest.
Thanks, Alana. I'm joined by Robert Skuzlin, who's the Manager of Programming and Community Outreach at TV Cogeco in Windsor. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure.
So, Robert, how long have we been programming partners?
We've been programming partners for a few years now. We were able to provide a live fiber feed here, so we're able to have this show on tonight live across Windsor and Essex County.
Well, I know the partnership is working well for us. Is it working well for you?
Oh, terrific. We enjoy watching you guys produce your segments here. And even the news at 1 o'clock, the hits that you do there, I think they're terrific. And especially, it's all live.
Yeah, that's our Live at 1 segments. I think those go over really well here. So where can this go? Is there room for growth?
Well, I think it's up to the school and the students and the teachers to see what you can do. I mean, we would take as much as we can because I think it's important and it's exciting to have it all live. So we're willing partners and ready to accept whatever we can from you guys.
Great, glad to hear it. What other shows are you involved with?
Well, we have quite a few shows. Monday nights we have Windsor City Council. Thursday nights are usually Spitfires hockey, where we cover the Windsor Spitfires. We've done some St. Clair sports and university sports. We have some ethnic programming. And we have a few other shows, namely John Fairley's Face-to-Face show. Mm-hmm. John's well known here at the college, so we enjoy, and he just celebrated his 15th year with us.
Oh, that's great. Are you looking for any volunteers? And if so, how can people get involved?
We're always looking for volunteers because we'll have students come in and then they graduate and hopefully get jobs. So we have to replenish our volunteer. So if anyone's interested in volunteering, they can contact Marlene Corey. Her email address is marlene.corey@cogeco.com, and we'll give you the tour and put you right to work.
Perfect. What would you say is the best part of your job?
That's a good question. There's a lot of different things that really make it satisfying to us. Producing a live production like you guys are doing tonight, at the end of it, it's such a high. It's seeing people graduate and get into the industry. That's exciting. I'll give you one little tidbit. We do a Christmas greetings every year, and the response we get from people and some of the kids being able to see themselves, they wake up in the morning so they can see themselves on TV. Oh. So it's kind of cool. It tugs at your heartstrings. So it's just getting the word out to our community. That's the most important thing.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This is Robert Scoozlin, the Manager of Programming and Community Outreach at TV Cogeco here in Windsor. And I see that Jillian is ready with her next guests.
Thank you, Ashley Ann. With me today is Leanne, Amanda, and Tyler. So there have been some changes with Crime Stoppers. Would you like to share a little bit about yourself and what some of those changes are?
Sure, Jillian. Thanks for having us today. We have two new members of our team. Tyler Lanfear, he is our new program manager, and Amanda Allen, she's OPP constable, and she's our police coordinator. And I'm Leanne Godwin. I'm the police coordinator for Windsor Police.
So what is the program, why is a program like Crime Stoppers so important to the community?
The program is important to the community because we come together. The police come together with the community, with the media, and with the police to solve crime. So it keeps the community safe, and we're all community partners working together.
That's excellent. And what kind of results are you getting?
We are an award-winning program in Windsor. We've been running successfully for 30 years. The kind of results we're getting arrests, we're getting charges, we're getting property off the street and drugs off the street.
That's great. Thank you. So Amanda, if someone has a tip, what's sort of the process they would go through?
So for actually making a tip, there's two processes that we use here in Windsor and Essex County. The good old phone, 519-258-8477. That's 519-258-TIPS. And also now with the media age, we're using the web at www.catchcrooks.com.
That's great. And one more time, if you just want to repeat how they can get a hold of you.
www.catchcrooks.com.
That's great. Now, Tyler, I know you'll have something to add.
Sure thing. On Friday, February 26th, Crime Stoppers is hosting its 23rd annual Wild Game Dinner. We're so excited. This event is extremely popular in the community. This year, we will be having a whole host of meats that I probably wouldn't even dare to eat anywhere else. Tickets are $45, and if you're interested, you can call me at the office, 519-255-6700, extension 4497.
That's excellent. Now, what are some of the biggest needs that Crime Stopper has?
Obviously, being a charitable organization, funding is always a constant struggle with us. Everything that we do is raised through special events such as our Wild Game Dinner. We receive no government funding, no municipal funding, and no police funding. So everything that we give back to the community, we have to first raise. So our fundraisers are crucial.
And for us as well, it's not just about fundraising, but we also, not just tipsters, we're wanting the public to follow us at Sea Stoppers on Twitter and as well on Facebook. Like us on Facebook because we are constantly sending out information about tips that we need information on in the community, crimes that are going on, photos, all kinds of events going on. So follow us.
That's great. Thank you, Tyler, Amanda, and Leanne. Back to you, Mike.
You're watching the MediaPlex Winter Launch, and we're honored to be joined by President of St. Clair College, Patty France, who is standing by with Alana Wills. Alana?
So I'm here today for my final guest, the one and only Patty France, the President of St. Clair College. Thanks for being here today, Patty.
My pleasure.
You have been president for a few months now. What has surprised you the most?
I think the support, internally and externally and from the community. I have been overwhelmed from the support that I have received, and it has been very humbling.
So as the president, you get to steer the ship, so to speak. Where do you see St. Clair heading for the next couple of years?
I think in the short term, we're going to focus on student success, academic excellence, quality assurance processes, the financial health of the institution, program development, and communications and community partnerships, and developing our human resources.
So right now, a lot of young people are choosing the big decision where they're going to come for college next year. Why should they come to St. Clair College?
I think for at least two reasons, but it's a great opportunity to meet people. St. Clair College has amazing faculty, and we have very engaging student groups, student government groups, SRC, our Student Representative Council, our TAM Student Incorporated Council, and our Student Athletic Association. So our students are very engaging. Our faculty are very supportive of our students. We have lots of opportunities for to learn vocational skills to get a job, and there's lots of student success programs to ensure that students actually meet graduation. So I would encourage anybody to look at St. Clair College, and Windsor is a great community. It's a nice hometown feel, whether it's Windsor, we have a main campus, a downtown campus, we have a Chatham campus, so all of our campuses are, again, very engaging and very supportive of our students.
Are there any programs here at St. Clair College that you think makes the college stand out against others?
I think there are many. We have lots in our health science program, in our health science field. We have lots in our communication school. We have lots in our media arts and design school, journalism being one of them, in this facility. So we have many. So we have over 100 programs. So I would encourage the students to take a look at what we have to offer, and I'm sure there's something that would interest everyone. So.
Well, it's clear you love doing what you're doing. What would you say the best part of your job is?
Meeting students, being engaged with students, and being out in the community and helping out and being a community partner.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Lorna. We're going back to Ashley for her final guest.
Thanks, Alana. My last guest here is not exactly a stranger. Veronique Mandel is the coordinator of journalism, media convergence, and public relations here at the MediaPlex. So first questions, Veronique. Isn't this fun?
It is fabulous. I love the launch show because it gives us an opportunity to move away from hard news and talk to all these wonderful people in the community who are newsmakers, but it's not about news. It's just about sort of introducing people to who we are and what we do.
Absolutely. So can you tell us about the programs here at the Plex?
Well, our public relations program and the journalism program are both 2 years, and we also have a graduate program called Media Convergence, which is sort of like a third year in the journalism field.
What would you say makes this place special?
You know, I could talk about the fact that we're one of only 3 in the world, that we actually have a working newsroom, that we give students an extraordinary education. But I think what really makes us also different and unusual is that we're like a big family. And I think when the students come in here, they not only learn the skills that they need in their profession, but they learn about life and life skills. And I think that communication between the colleagues that we really foster in all of the programs, I think really makes it very special for the students, and I think helps make them successful when they go out.
I absolutely agree. What would you tell a student who might be interested in checking out what's offered here?
If you want to get a job in our field today, you need to be able to work across all of the media platforms and then some. The social media and all the traditional media. And if you want to be able to learn that and learn it well, I think you should look at what we have here in the MediaPlex.
So on that note, the media landscape in general is changing. What do you see coming in the future?
I certainly see a challenging field for us and shrinking newsrooms, which makes it all the more important to make sure that when you're thinking about an education in the media, and if you actually want to work in the profession, it's really important to think, where am I going to be able to learn all of it and learn it well? Not just a little bit of TV or a little bit of radio, but to actually be able to work in a newsroom before you actually have to go out and present yourself in a newsroom. And I think that's what we offer in an extraordinary way. So when our students go out, they've done it all. And so it's not the job of the people in the newsrooms to teach you. And they're telling us, don't send us out students who need to be taught. You take care of that. And I think that's what we do.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, this has been Veronique Mandel. She is the Program Coordinator of Journalism, Media Convergence, and Public Relations here at the MediaPlex. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Ashley. We have a full slate of activities here at the MediaPlex. You don't believe me? Check this out.
Journalism enables people to be well informed. It's documenting history. It's an extraordinary way for people to be connected with their community.
What happens in the world affects us. What happens in our community affects us. What happens in the province affects us. And we get to be the eyes and ears and tell the stories. There are many stories that need to be told, and those things add value to our life.
I'm always meeting new people. I'm learning about things that interest me, like topics that I want to learn more about.
It's neat to know that so many people are relying on me. It makes you strive for perfection, or it makes you strive for accuracy.
The journalism program here at St. Clair College is a convergence journalism program. Convergence means the merging together of print, radio, and television, and the web, and putting all different stories into 3 or 4 different platforms.
In 21st century newsrooms, journalists have to be able to do it all.
We ask every one of our reporters to tell stories in multiple ways.
There's a different style of writing for print than there is for radio, than there is for television. And it's really important that the information gets out that is true to those platforms.
We are one of the few, if not the only, program that is actually taking students to a live broadcast and giving them that opportunity and that experience.
I've gained a lot of self-confidence. I used to be a really nervous person, a really shy person, but I think this program's helped me come out of my shell. It's given me something that I love to do, and that's made me a better person.
I find that the students that come out of St. Clair College are already at or above where some of our broadcast employees have been over the last several years.
I feel that I made the greatest decision I could 2 years ago by choosing this program, because I have learned so much, and I think that I can only grow from here.
I would hands down recommend the program to someone considering it. I would recommend it to someone that's not even considering it. They teach you such a vast array of different skills, different platforms, different things that you could really apply to so many different careers.
Based on literally hundreds of interns I've seen over the years, St. Clair students are better prepared to go into the work environment in media than most students coming out of colleges and universities across North America.
I think it's that very comprehensive curriculum that we have that creates converged journalists that sets this journalism school apart.
Well, that about wraps up our first live show of 2016. Thanks to our guests, and thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can see MediaPlex News Now live every Tuesday night at 6 on TV Cogeco, Cable 11. As well, if you have a news story or scoop, feel free to tweet us at @the_MediaPlex or look us up on Facebook using MediaPlex Canada. For Alana Wills, Ashley Ann Metley, and Jillian Toman, I'm Michael Hugel.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.